Hello, dear students. How you all doing? I'm sure you're all doing good, staying home, staying safe, and taking very good care of you. Wonderful. So it's wonderful to connect with all of you through this video lecture, and I'm sure it's going to help. Of course, it's a part of your curriculum, interpersonal relationships. That's an important segment, and we'll be covering it today. And it's easy, and you all are intelligent. You already know many of the things that I'm going to tell you, but then still, it will give us a chance to explore the subject a little deeper, yeah? So interpersonal relationships, and I believe even if media students, they would listen to this lecture, it's going to help you out, as you communicate with the outer world, yeah? So interpersonal relationships, first we have to understand these two words, ठीक है? तो हम किन relationships की यहाँ पर बात कर रहे हैं? We are talking about, of course we are talking about professional relationships, ठीक है? हमारे कार्य क्षेत्र में जो रिश्ते हमारे कार्य के थ्रू डेवलप होते हैं, हम उन रिश्तों की बात कर रहे हैं. हम उन रिश्तों की बात कर रहे हैं जो ट्रस्ट पे हम डेवलप करते हैं, जिसमें हम अपने एक्शंस को डिलीवर करते हैं, हम अपने काम को डिलीवर करते हैं, ठीक है? और हमें ऑनेस्टी के साथ और एक डेडिकेटेड अप्रोच के साथ हमेशा जो हमारा द प्रोडक्ट दैट वी आर डिलीवरिंग, वो हमेशा एक डेडिकेशन, डिसिप्लिन और ऑनेस्टी के साथ होना चाहिए. रिमेंबर दीज 3 words. Why? Because on the basis of these 3 important, character traits, that you are doing it dedicatedly, you are doing it in a disciplined way, and you're honest about it, right? आप अपनी credibility, आप अपना trust और आगे का जो रैपो है, जो आपके business relations हैं, आप उनको develop करते हैं, and it is not something, जैसे कि fair weather friends की हम लोग बात करते थे ना, a friend in need is a friend indeed, ठीक है? तो ये चीज़ हमारे बिजनेस वर्ल्ड में बहुत ज़्यादा अप्लाई करती है. एंड सेकेंडली, nobody trusts fair weather friends, है ना? तो credibility and trust is something very, very important in relationship. And mind you, here we are talking about professional relationship. We are talking about our social world. So first of all, and now here we are talking about interpersonal relationships. So we have 2 kinds of groups, ठीक है? First group is your own group. For example, your friends are there in your group. Then थोड़ा सा distant अगर होते हैं तो peer, यानी कि आपके equivalents, your peer members. उसके बाद आपके subordinates जो आपसे junior हैं या फिर आपके superiors, right? ये चाहे हम एक घर में देख लें या हम बाहर देख लें. So we have close people. We have relations with the people, with whom we are not very close. Then some people who are subordinates and some people are our superiors. Now, I'm showing you this diagram as well, so it will be easy for you to understand. So this is one kind of relationship, right? For example, your class. Now, in your classroom, you have your friends. In your classroom, you have your other classmates, right? Then you talk, these are 2 things. Now, here you, then obviously, superior, who is the person then? Of course, the person who is talking to you, your faculty member. Yeah? There you don't have anybody as a subordinate out there. For your faculty member, you are the subordinates. But then if we just move out of your class, then obviously you will have your seniors and you will have your juniors. Now, of course, you're bonding with, different groups. It would definitely be different, but you are interacting with them. You have your bonds with them. Okay, and you effectively communicate with them, but you communicate differently. But there is one common factor जो हर के communication में है, और वो क्या है? That you are talking nicely, you are respecting the person opposite to you, or you're respecting your counterpart. Got it? So interpersonal relations, now we have another group. Okay? So either we have a personal group or a group outside your group. Okay? Or maybe it's like your friend's friend. Right? So that ways we interact people on a wider range, on a wider scale, and that is what we call interpersonal relationships. Now, most of the people, they misinterpret it For example, they believe that interpersonal relationship, it has to do with a close zone. No, it actually has to do with a wider zone. One is your group. The second group could be a group which is not close to you, which is not, friendly with you. But of course, you do interact. You do interact. You do interact with your seniors. You do interact with your subordinates, but not the way you interact with your friends. Now, I have taken time to give you this explanation because so far it's okay, because you all are studying, you all are students, and it's the one campus and it's one premises. But when you will go out to work, in your organization, your office, wherever you will be working, or you become entrepreneur and you have people working under you, or you have people superior to you, whatever. Now, understanding interpersonal relationships, it's very, very important, and it helps you in building your relationship. So that is one, interpersonal. And then relationship, we have already talked about it. We are talking about professional, healthy, social relationships, right? Now, we all know that communication, it falls flat if it is not an effective communication. हम कह आपसे कुछ और रहे हैं, आप समझ कुछ और रहे हैं, ठीक है? And it leads to a lot of confusion. So whenever we talk about effective communication, आपने देखा होगा, when your bond is strong or you are close to someone, and then when you are communicating, you're more comfortable, right? We are more comfortable communicating with our friends than communicating with a stranger. But the person who is equally comfortable, communicating with a stranger, there where it is said that his or her interpersonal skills or interpersonal communicative skills are excellent. So here we have to work on that. Now, there are two kinds of personalities, and I'm going to help both of you. For example, let's say एक individual है, वो introvert है और वो reserved है, ठीक है? अब reserve होना आपकी personality का एक trait है, right? And that is your personality, that is your individuality, that is your uniqueness. It's okay, okay? Nobody can force you, that come on and become extrovert. If you're an introvert, it's okay. It's your personality. Because that doesn't mean that introverts, they don't interact with people, or you cannot just assume कि उनके interpersonal communication skills poor होते हैं. ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. Because when they decide to communicate and when they actually feel the need, they definitely, some of the students I know, like they are very quiet people, they are very introspective kind of individuals, but when they participate in discussions, or when they participate in your talks, right? They are very good. They're very articulate in that. Okay, so don't mix up the two things, right? And ऐसा भी नहीं है कि somebody who is an extrovert and he speaks too much, so his interpersonal relationships would be very excellent. ऐसा भी नहीं है, because sometimes when you talk too much, people want to run away from you, right? So both the ways. So we have to take care of our personalities, and then we have to develop our interpersonal skills, and then obviously our skills will determine our relationships in times to come. So that's one. Now I will quickly take up that what are the determinants of interpersonal relationships. That's very, very important. And as I've already said, the first and foremost is self-analysis. Self-analysis is very, very important. You can jot down the point. Yeah, it's self-analysis. Self means अपना, and analysis मतलब अपने आप को एनालाइज करना, राइट? और हमें ये देखना है कि अगर हमारी थॉट प्रोसेस डिफरेंट है तो दूसरे की भी थॉट प्रोसेस डिफरेंट है, ठीक है? नो टू इंडिविजुअल्स आर सेम, राइट? एंड आवर कॉमन कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स मे मैच, बट देन लेट्स नॉट अज्यूम. आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत बार ऐसा होता है, यू मीट समबडी एंड आप 2-3 मिनट उनसे बात करिए, वो इमीडिएटली कहेंगे अरे हम भी आपके जैसा सोचते हैं, अरे हम भी आपके जैसे. आई थिंक दैट्स टू क्विक टू से दैट. It's too early to say that, because after 5 days you will realize that no, it was because as human beings there's so many things that will match, but our entities, our individuality, our uniqueness on a particular subject, it may vary and it's different, and that is where self-analyzation is required, right? Because it's the strongest of all the determinants, whenever that can help any person to improve upon one's relationship with others. अपने आप को हम actually क्या करते हैं? We try to understand the other person. उसमें हम ज़्यादा time लगाते हैं. But actually, it's self-analysis. That's a very, very important, determinant to improve upon our interpersonal communication skills and later on our interpersonal relationships. Then we talk about selective interactions, right? Now what happens, like the relationship between individuals in a group can have an adverse effect if the interaction is limited to a subgroup, right? This is also very important because see what happens is, like, for example, you attend a party, right? There you go. आपने देखा होगा हमारे क्लासेस में भी सब ग्रुप्स बन जाते हैं, हमारे ऑफिसेज में सब ग्रुप्स बन जाते हैं, ठीक है? और ये चीज़ आगे बढ़ते बढ़ते हमें कहीं ना कहीं आइसोलेट करती है. हमें लगता है कि वी आर वेरी कंफर्टेबल, बट हमें आइसोलेट करती है बिकॉज एक्चुअली दिस इज प्रोफेशनली नॉट करेक्ट, राइट? बिकॉज व्हेन वी गो आउट टू वर्क, every member is important. Every member has got something intelligent and important that we can learn from. So okay, fine, you have your subgroup, it's okay. But then always, catching up with the selective subgroup, that is definitely not favorable as far as your interpersonal relationships are concerned, right? For example, let's say I speak a particular dialect. और हम एक पार्टी में गए, हमको हमारे ही शहर के कोई पर्सन मिल गए 2-3, अब हम उन्हीं के साथ हैं. उसमें क्या हुआ, जो हमारे सुपीरियर्स हैं वी हैव इग्नोर्ड देम, हमारे सबऑर्डिनेट्स हैं दे आर बीइंग इग्नोर्ड, हमारे जो अपने कलीग्स हैं, काउंटर पार्ट्स हैं, दे आर बीइंग इग्नोर्ड एंड वी आर लॉस्ट in that. And slowly and steadily this becomes a habit. So it is in our hands to develop a strongest interpersonal relationships, we have to work upon it, right? So I think we have to drop some kind of selfishness, some kind of our comfortable zone if we really want to go ahead improving upon our interpersonal relationships, of course improving upon our interpersonal communication skills as well. Then we come on misperception, right? And we should always avoid misperception. Why misperception? जैसे कि किसी के कहने पर किसी की इमेज बना लेना, वो हमारे बॉन्ड को, जो एक अच्छा बॉन्ड डेवलप हो सकता था, उसको वो क्रश करता है, राइट? आपने क्या कहा जाता है, डोंट गॉसिप अबाउट अदर्स, राइट? डोंट स्पीक इल अबाउट अदर्स. हमको बचपन में सिखाया जाता है. एक्चुअली पूरा थ्योरी इज द सेम, राइट? बिकॉज सी, इफ सपोज आई होल्ड अ ग्रुप, राइट, एंड माई ग्रुप ट्रस्ट मी, एंड अगर मैं उस ग्रुप से एक पर्सन के बारे में नेगेटिव बोलूँ, ठीक है, नेगेटिव बोलूँ, नेगेटिव इंटेंशन से हम बात करें, सो what will happen? Actually, I am harming you that way. Why? Because I am limiting your bigger zone of interaction. Okay? Out अपनी selfishness के लिए, actually I'm harming you. I'm harming, your growth. So, when people are speaking, when people are being judgmental about someone, always tell yourselves that you are no one to judge. If you're not going to form an किसी का भी इमेज आप किसी के कहने पर नहीं बना रहे हैं. इट इज़ योर ओन इंटरेक्शन, है ना? हर पर्सन के साथ एक डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस हमारा रहता है. सो मिसपरसेप्शन को हमें अपनी लाइफ में जगह नहीं देना है. दैट्स द अदर वन. देन वी कम ऑन selective evaluation of other people. Yeah, that's also I have talked about, right? So misperception and then selective evaluation of other people, right? They both will come together. And then selective evaluation of self. एक हमने बताया self analysis. Now I'm talking about selective evaluation of ourselves. कि एक चीज़ है कि क्या हम अपने आप को सही एनालाइज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? Because many a times we are wrong और हमको लगता है कि हम सही हैं. और so now this is difficult. Now how to do it, that's a different thing. Because for example, for example, like, someone who is copying and pasting, right? Who is simply copying and pasting. So that individual feels that what all he's doing is okay because the world is doing that, till he can copy paste, right? But then you have to analyze, you have to go for the selective, self-analysis, and it has to be unbiased. It has to be unprejudiced, right? You just cannot run away from yourself. So, and because it's a very simple, equation. If I'm dishonest with someone, I cannot expect honesty. Right now, most of the people have that, ma'am. They have this issue that, ma'am, I'm very dedicated in my work. I'm very honest in my work, but I'm always betrayed. So the one who is betraying you, जो आपको धोखा दे रहे हैं, उन्हें अपने आप को बदलने की जरूरत है. आपको अपने आप को बदलने की जरूरत नहीं है. Because अगर किसी को betray करके हमें एक success एक point of time तक मिल भी जाता है, तो it's like a bubble. It will go because that's the law. That's how it works. क्योंकि जो क्रेडिबिलिटी हमारी है, जो हम ट्रस्ट दूसरे पे डेवलप करते हैं, और ये एक दिन की बात नहीं है. इट इज, लाइफ इज नॉट लाइक विनिंग, लिफ्टिंग अ ट्रॉफी एंड यस आई हैव डन. नो, bit by bit, every day, in every interaction, your talk, your behavior, it has to be, one should have integrity of character. It's not like, today I smile, the other day I ignore, the third day I'm lost. No, it's not like that. There needs to be integrity in your character. So these were the important determinants of interpersonal relationships, and I'm sure this is going to help you. Rest, you can explore your own notes, you can do your research work on this, and I will end up with one thing, that any relationship, professional or personal, it's based on a lot of trust. It's based on a straightforward approach, right? Clear your things, sort out your things. Always put your point forward with a lot of grace. You may differ, but you can always say that, ma'am, I absolutely take your point. I've understood your point, but then I have a different viewpoint. I would like to place it, So there has to be a grace, okay? Maybe red is my favorite color and red is not your favorite color. So you don't have to flatter me telling me that red is your favorite color. Because that bond which you are actually developing on the basis of flattery, or, it won't go long. Or maybe it will work with me, but on a broader scale, it will not work. Because at the end of the day, it's only your work that would matter. Okay? So any questions, you can call me up, or you can mail me. You can put it in the comment box, and I'll revert to that. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you.